Hello everybody and welcome back to Conversation With. I know I've been away for a while in that, but I'm back now and let's just get this thing going, man. The reason why I wasn't doing any videos was because I was trying to find a good topic for you guys, And as I was trying to find a new topic, a sermon, not a sermon, but a word came into my head, okay? And the word that came into my head was so different from the result that I got, okay? And let me tell you why. Okay, so this is what came into my head, yeah? Moses had to tell the disciple to stop because they were giving too much. Okay, Moses had to tell the disciple to stop because they were giving too much. Now, if you want to know the context of the story is this, yeah? The Israelites were going to build the tabernacle. And as they were building the tabernacle, God asked Moses to ask the Israelites to give him gifts so that they can have materials to give the tabernacle. But the Israelites gave so much, so many gifts, that Moses had to tell them to stop. Like, hey guys, you guys are giving way too much. That's enough. Thank you. We really appreciate your help. Now let's just build this tabernacle and make this nation great. Okay. And then it got me thinking as well, right? Those same people who are giving so much to God, yeah, are those same people you heard me talk about in previous videos that are blaspheming against God, sleeping with other girls from different tribes, just doing all kind of messed up things, right? And then that got me thinking too, okay? Why is it whenever we do everything spiritually for God, and every time we're ready to run for God, yeah, we just stumble and we stop there, and that got me thinking too. And then I came to a conclusion, yeah. A stagnant Christian, understand this, yeah. A stagnant Christian is a danger to himself spiritually. Okay, a stagnant Christian is a danger to himself spiritually, because every time, yeah, you saw the Israelites give a gift or an offering to God, yeah, it was right after a miracle or a blessing that God has given them. Okay, so they wrote that hymn for God. I forgot the name of the hymn, but right after they passed the Red Sea, they wrote that hymn for God. Right, when God gave them a manna from the sky, they gave their offerings to God again. When God took him out of Egypt to begin with, they were blessing God again. Right, so this is where I want to come. This is what I want to come with. Yeah. Every time God does something for them, yeah, they're grateful, yeah, and they're grateful to God, right? They're willing to give to God, yeah. But then what happens is they stay in that moment way too long. Okay, they stay in that moment way too long. God took him out of Egypt, yeah. They were complaining about how they don't have any food and they're gonna die. Okay. Not too long ago, they were praising him. Now they're not moving forward, and they're now thinking about the future. Boom. So how we gonna? So God gives them food, right? So now they have food. They're praising God. Yes, God, you're amazing. You're wonderful. Yes, God. And then what happened is they stick around again in that same environment, and then now they're thinking, oh man, we just keep eating the same food. I want a different kind of food, I want some Burger King. I want some Mackie D's. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of eating pasta and rice all day long. Okay, I want some Mackie D's. Okay, and then God is like, you guys are ungrateful, but and then they are ungrateful in those times. But then the thing that you need to realize as well is that they're just staying still. They're not going anywhere spiritual. And it's the same thing we can see with ourselves spiritually, right? We go to church, and then when we first started going to church, God was awesome, man. God was great. You could feel the Holy Spirit in you, left, right, and center. But then what happened? You stayed in that same position that you came into church with way too long. So you've been coming to church for like 6 months, for like a year, and you have no progress yet. You're still at that same beginning of the start. You're still at that same position you were 6 months ago. And what happened to a Christian when that happens is he becomes bitter, he becomes angry, he starts complaining all the time. And then God doesn't like bitter, angry, complaining people, okay? Because everything God does is for your own good. And every time you feel bitter, angry, or you start to complain, technically it's your own fault. Yeah, why? Because you have not seen the spiritual time for you to move on. Because physically you're still railing in that time. You get what I'm saying? But then when God blesses you and when God blesses us, there comes a time when God is like, hey yo guys, you guys have to. It's your time to now start doing something. It's your time to now start moving on and doing something. I'll give you a perfect example of that. Yeah, God has been helping the Israelites. Yeah, with every single battle that they had. Okay, God helped them with the Hamorites and all them people. Yeah, all those people. I forgot all the people the Israelites for, but they're for like at least 3 or 4 nations. Yeah, before the topic and they won them. They defeated each and every single one of them. Yeah, and then God is like, okay, guys. I know you guys have won a lot of battle. Yeah, and like, yes, God, we have. Glory be to you. God's like, yes, glory be to me. Yeah, okay, God didn't say glory be to me. But you know what I'm saying, yeah? God is like trying to make his point, yeah? And then, and then, yeah, he goes, okay, guys, now go over there and then go defeat them, okay? And then they send scouts out to go defeat them. And then the scouts come back and say, no, we cannot do that. And then Moses like, why not? And they're like, because the people over there are way too big. They're way too strong. So guess what? They decide to stay put. And because they stay put, they started complaining, being angry with everyone. And then what happened after that? They started blaming God. Okay? And that is the problem with a stagnant Christian. A stagnant Christian does not trust God. Because a stagnant Christian is afraid of the outcome of what will happen to him physically, but doesn't think about what will happen to him spiritually. Okay? And then what happened is, when they started going back here, it's like a picture of backsliding. Because what happened is, when I read it, God took him back to every city that they passed and every city that they defeated, so that they can do another 40 years in the desert again. Okay, and then what happened was, on that journey back here, that's when they slept with those Moabite women. Okay, and then so that's like a picture of just backsliding in general. Okay, so how can we as Christian combat this spirit of stagnation, this spirit of just standing still? And that is simple. We have to learn, okay, and understand this. As a Christian, we have to learn to move forward. Okay, we have to learn to keep moving forward spiritually for God, not just physically but spiritually. Okay, we have to get our prayer life in control. Okay, and I know that is a difficult thing for the majority of us. I find it difficult too. Okay, to finding 15 minutes in your time to pray. Yeah, I find it's something I'm working on as well. But we don't have any time finding time. We don't have any problem finding time to go play video games. We don't have any problem finding time to go say hi to our friends. So why is it difficult for us to pray for 15 minutes to God? It makes no sense. Okay, so stagnation has to do with that as well. So we have to learn how to move spiritually. Another thing we have to do as well, we have to stop thinking about what other people will think about us. Okay, forget society. Society can only kill you physically. We should fear the God that can kill us physically and spiritually. He's the one that we should be pleasing, not everybody here. So we have to learn to forget about what society will think of us. Number 3, we have to learn to get out of our comfort zone. The reason why we're in a same stagnant position is because we are just too much in our comfort zone. We're too comfortable. I got this friend of mine, yeah, every time, yeah, this is about me, by the way. Every time he asks me, hey, yo, Roland, you want to go play football? My excuse, yeah, back in the days was, my guy, I want to, but I'm too comfortable. You know, and what happened is, I stay home, and then like 2 hours later, I'm like, oh, I wasted my time. I could have just gone play football, had fun, and then come back home, go to bed, and so I would have had a great sleep and stuff like that. But that's what happens because we're too in our comfort zone. We're not willing to push out, and we're not willing to do stuff for God. And then what happens when we don't do that is that we stay still, and then we start getting angry, bitter, and everything that can go wrong goes wrong. And the next thing we know, we run a great responsibility to slide back. Not only that, yeah, as a stagnant Christian, your ability to save other souls is blocked because you're not having any spiritual impact for anyone. So you in order for you to go save other souls, you need to step out of your comfort zone. And number 5, and that's the final one, we have to ask Jesus Christ to enter our heart and our mind and our soul and our body, so that everything that we do is through him, because at the end of the day, he's our strength, and he's the one who gives us the will to move on, and he's the one that we're trying to emulate in the first place. So basically, that's all I just wanted to say, man. Learn to move for God spiritually. Do not stay in your same position, because if you stay in your same position, you will die. Anyway, this is Conversation With. I hope you like, subscribe, comment down below. Thank you guys. Goodbye.